Where one person is nominated, he or she shall be declared elected and conducted to the Speaker's chair. Where more than one person is nominated, the House shall proceed to elect a Speaker from the persons nominated. When all the nominations have been received, the person presiding shall announce that the ballot will now be taken. Voting shall be in the following manner. The clerk shall ascertain the number of members present. Before voting commences, the person presiding shall cause to be produced one ballot paper and cause to be demonstrated the fact that the ballot paper is empty. The person presiding shall cause to be given to each member present a ballot paper. A member who wishes to vote shall proceed to a booth or an area designated within reasonable distance of the ballot box for the purpose of voting and shall, while in the booth or designated area, write the name of the candidate of his or her choice, fold the marked ballot paper and drop it in the ballot box. On the election of a speaker, no vote may be cast or abstention recorded by proxy. After all members who wish to vote have voted, the person presiding shall, in full view of the members present, cause the clerk to empty the ballot box and immediately count the ballot papers contained in the ballot box. At the completion of the counting, the person presiding shall announce the result of the voting, specifying the total number of ballot papers contained in the ballot box, the total number of members who have abstained from voting, the total number of spoiled or blank ballot papers, and the total number of votes obtained by each nominee. Where two or more persons are nominated for the office of Speaker, the person who receives the majority of the votes of all members present and voting shall be declared Speaker. Where none of the persons nominated for the office of Speaker receives the majority number of votes of all members present and voting, a second election shall be held between the two persons who obtain the highest number of votes. Where at an election between two nominees, the nominees receive an equal number of votes.
When you don't use Momo, you are forced to quarrel.
Mama, abantu abakuluma atandisa obuyayi iwe sente dange nizade kolera ngo binakolera sente dange.
Save yourself from quarreling. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3# to pay and enjoy zero charges below 5K. That's the power of Momo.
Before assuming the duties of the office of Speaker, the person elected Speaker shall, in the manner prescribed by law, take and subscribe to the oath of Speaker specified in the 4th schedule to the Constitution as required by Article 82(10) of the Constitution. In this rule, person presiding means the Chief Justice or a judge designated by the Chief Justice under Rule number 5. The oath of Speaker or Deputy Speaker shall be administered by the President or a person authorized by the President. Thank you. Item number 6, nomination of candidates for the office of Speaker.
I now invite nominations from honorable members present in the House for the position of Speaker. A member making a nomination will have 5 minutes to propose a candidate and provide a brief statement of their background and qualifications. A seconder will then have 2 minutes to second the nomination. Thank you.
Your Excellency, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Lordship the Chief Justice, distinguished members of the 12th Parliament in your respective capacities. I stand here to move a motion for the election of Honorable Oboth Maxson Jacob, Member of Parliament, West Budama Central County, as Speaker of the 12th Parliament. And I proceed to move this motion under Article 82 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda and Rule 5(8) of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament. Your Excellency, Your Lordship the Chief Justice, whereas Article 77 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda establishes the Parliament of Uganda, and whereas Article 82 of the Constitution provides that there shall be a Speaker of Parliament and no business shall be transacted in Parliament other than an election to the office of Speaker at any time the office of the Speaker is vacant. And aware that in accordance with Article 77(3) of the Constitution, the term of this Parliament commences today, the 25th day of May 2026. Noting that Article 82(2) of the Constitution of Rule 5(1) of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament provide that the Speaker shall be elected by members of Parliament from among their numbers. Now, therefore, I beg to move that Honorable Oboth Maxson Jacob, Member of Parliament, West Budama Central County, do take the chair of this Parliament as the Speaker. I beg to move. Call for the secondment.
The seconder.
He should call him, not me.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, and honorable colleagues, I raise in accordance with Rule 5(9) of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament, support the nomination of Honorable Oboth Maxson Jacob, Member of Parliament, West Budama Central County, for election as Speaker of the 12th Parliament. Your Lordship and honorable colleagues, the person I have the pleasure of seconding his nomination for election as Speaker of the 12th Parliament of Uganda is well known to me, having worked with him in the 9th and 10th Parliament and in Cabinet during the 11th Parliament. During my close interaction with Honorable Oboth, as he is fondly known, I found him a capable leader who possesses qualities that make him suitable to lead this House as its Speaker. Honorable Oboth Maxson Jacob is academically astute, impartial, knowledgeable in law, parliamentary procedures and processes, and is fair, firm, and a strong communicator, bold, decisive, goal-oriented, even-tempered, resilient, and emotionally intelligent. Those characteristics will enable him easily command this august House. He will maintain order, facilitate debate, enforce rules of procedure, navigate governance issues, make firm, decisive, sound and rational decisions, manage crises that may arise, and navigate complex political and diplomatic relations. The personal traits that Honorable Maxson Jacob possesses make him a breath of fresh air in the office of Speaker and will make him a successful Speaker. Honorable Oboth Maxson Jacob is known for being a gentleman, calm and measured, an advocate of good standing, which reflects commitment to the rule of law, a capable leader, a patriot owing to his service in public service of Uganda, He's good at engaging. He's a political moderate. He's a modest person, having risen from a humble background. He's disciplined, composed, and respectful in parliamentary engagement, patient and neutral. Your Lordship and honorable colleagues, basing on the above rich competencies of Honorable Boss of Boss, I hereby support the nomination of Honorable Boss of Boss for election as Speaker of the 12th Parliament. Honorable Boss of Boss will leverage his more than 15 years in Parliament to building the necessary administrative and governance structures to steer Parliament to greater horizons. I therefore implore you, members, to elect Honorable Boss Maxon Jacob as the Speaker of the 12th Parliament of Uganda. I beg to submit, Your Lordship.
I now call upon the nominated candidate to come and present his consent.
Your Lord, the Chief Justice, I would like to make this statement in support of the nomination of Honorable Oboth Maxon Jacob, Member of Parliament, West Budama Central County, for election as Speaker of the 12th Parliament. Your Lord, the Chief Justice, in accordance with Rule 5, subsection 8 of the Rules of Procedure of the Parliament of Uganda, I have the singular honor to nominate and present to you for election as Speaker of the 12th Parliament, Honorable Oboth Maxon Jacob, Member of Parliament, West Budama Central County. The Honorable Oboth Maxon Jacob, fondly called Oboth, was born on 13th April 1971 in Tororo District. Being an advocate of superior and subordinate courts in Uganda, Honorable Oboth Maxon Jacob possesses a solid legal foundation that equips him with professional skills to preside over the parliamentary processes effectively. Honorable Oboth Maxon Jacob possesses various academic qualifications, including the following: A, Master of Laws, LLM, University of Minnesota Law School, USA, August 2006 to May 2007. He does possess a postgraduate diploma in legal practice from Law Development Center, 2001-2002. In addition, he has a Bachelor of Laws, LLB, from Makerere University, Kampala, Uganda, 1997 to 2001. The Honorable Oboth has a certificate in project planning and management from International Law Institute, Washington, D.C., October 2005. He too has 2 certificates in procurement and international property enforcement from International Development Law Organization in Rome, Italy, 2003. He has a certificate in management from Uganda Management Institute, Uganda, 1999. The Honorable Oboth studied and acquired Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education from Tororo High School in 1995 to 1997. He was
Kindly wind up
St. Denis Sebugwao School
Kindly wind
and
up.
acquired his Uganda Certificate of Education. My Lord the Chief Justice, this varied background coupled with vast legal expertise gives Honorable Oboth Maxson Jacob deep understanding of the constitutional governance, parliamentary procedure, rule of law, legislative drafting, and conflict resolution, making him the best suited member to lead the 12th Parliament as its Speaker. Furthermore, Honorable Oboth Maxson Oboth has had an illustrious and distinguished career, serving in various key positions in the political and public service of Uganda, including Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs 2024 to date. He was a State Minister for Defense and Veteran Affairs 2001 to 2028. He was a Member of Parliament from 2011 to date. He was a Chairperson Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee from 2016 to 2021. He was a Chairperson Committee on Rules, Discipline and Privileges in the 9th Parliament. And finally, he was a Chairperson of the Committee on Natural Resources, also in the 9th Parliament. Lord the Chief Justice was a Chairperson of an ad hoc committee investigating the energy sector in Uganda 2011 to 2015, and a member of the Parliamentary Business Committee in the 9th and 10th Parliament, where he was also a member Commonwealth Parliamentary Association from 2011 to 2021, and the National President, Parliamentarians for Global Action, Uganda. And your Lord the Chief Justice, he was indeed Acting Principal State Attorney, Head of Mbale Regional Office, Attorney General's Chambers, Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, overseeing the eastern, northeastern Uganda, covering 24 districts of Iganga, Kaliro, Namutumba, Bugiri, Budaka, etc. He was a Deputy Attorney General for Tiengadola Cultural Institution in 2003 to 2010, and a part-time lecturer at the Islamic University in Uganda, the Faculty of Law, 2007 to 2010. He was a board member in several civil society organizations between 1999 to 2010, and he was a founding member and board chairperson, Community Aid, CAN Uganda, an NGO serving the people in eastern Uganda. Your Lord the Chief Justice, distinguished members, the Honorable Oboth Maxson Jacob is a diligent leader who has immeasurably participated in shaping the destiny of Uganda and served Uganda with dedication and patriotism. The past leadership positions held by Honorable Oboth Maxson Jacob as Cabinet Minister, State Minister, Member of Parliament, Chairperson of Committees, and Civil Servant have significantly shaped Honorable Oboth Maxson Jacob and prepared him for service as Speaker. Honorable members, the person I present to you today for election as your Speaker in the 12th Parliament of Uganda, Honorable Oboth Maxson Jacob, has been endorsed by the NRM party and His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, and other senior national leaders, and has, since his announcement of his candidature for the office of Speaker, received support from amongst members of Parliament across the political divide and the general public. This endorsement reflects confidence in his ability to lead the 12th Parliament effectively. I therefore have the honor to nominate Honorable Oboth Maxson Jacob for election as the Speaker of the 12th Parliament of Uganda. And I do this for God and my country. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
The candidate nominated, and now I invite you to make a statement accepting the nomination, and you have only 1 minute to do so. Let's adhere to the time. I don't have the privilege in Parliament to switch off the microphone, but I hope we stick to the time.
My Lord the Chief Justice, honorable members, it is with deep humility, a profound sense of honor, and unswerving resolve to uphold your trust that I accept this nomination to serve as Speaker of this august House.
Any other nomination? Kindly, when you propose, continue to make the statement about your candidate.
Your Excellency, the President, my Lord, the Chief Justice, and honorable colleagues, my name is Chirumira Hassan, Member of Parliament representing Katikam South. I stand here to move a motion under Rule 5 of our Rules of Procedure that the Honorable Mweru Paul, MP Jinja South Division East, take a chair of Parliament as the Speaker. I beg to submit. My Lord, the Honorable Mweru Paul, I present before you is the best of our candidates for Speakership of the 12th Parliament, the Republic of Uganda. Honorable Mweru Paul is a lawyer holding a bachelor's degree in law from Makerere University, a diploma in legislative drafting from the International Law Institute, diploma in law from a Law Development Center. The Honorable Mweru Paul was a member of the Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee in the 9th and the 10th Parliament of Uganda. He served as the chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee in the 9th Parliament. The Honorable Mweru Paul served as the deputy spokesperson for the Forum for Democratic Change and is now the focal person in the national.
It's time. Let's get started. It's 9:26 a.m. There are a few items in your schedule.
Send a message by WhatsApp. Sure, I'll be on time. So our agenda for this meeting... Pardon, sir. It's a bit... Can you hear me now? So our agenda for this meeting is simply to align on... So I think that's all for today. Perfect. Thanks. Catch up later.
Committees where members actually do the work for Parliament. This will be done through internal resource reallocation without increasing the overall budget of Parliament. To ensure accountability to the public, he will ensure adoption of the public disclosure policy where Parliament will periodically publish its output and attendant costs so that the public can appreciate and hold their leaders to account. Secondly, equity and inclusivity. The Honorable Paul Mwera I present before you, his candidature is premised on treating all members of Parliament fairly and equally. He will ensure that there is equity and inclusivity in the welfare of the members of Parliament and staff of the Parliament and standardized benefits. I present before you the Honorable Paul Mwera for God and my country. I submit.
Thank you so much. Let me have the seconder.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, honorable colleagues, my name is Sarah Luansasula, and I am the woman representative for the people of Jinja City. In accordance with Rule 5, Clause 8, I also associate myself with Honorable Chirumira, and I am here to second Honorable Mwera Paul to be the Speaker of the 12th Parliament. In addition to what the nominator has said, Honorable Mwera will be responsive of the aspirations of Ugandans, and this he will do by ensuring that funding of government programs is increased to match the increased population growth. He will also ensure that the talk about the tenfold growth strategy is matched with resource allocation. Honorable Mwera is competent, is exemplary and accountable, so he brings such leadership to the 12th Parliament as a Speaker. Under his leadership, he will cause the reduction of funds to consumptive expenditure and invest more in capacity building of members and staff. In addition, resources will be reallocated to parliamentary committees so that members are adequately enabled to conduct oversight at committee level. Honorable Mwera will cultivate a habit of budget discipline to ensure that funds are spent only on what they have been budgeted for. All members will be aware of what has been allocated to specific activities so that they can hold his leadership accountable. Dear members, Honorable Mwera is a man of integrity. He's a man who does what he says should be done. I urge you all to see Honorable Mwera Paul fit to be our Speaker for the next Parliament, this Parliament, the 12th Parliament. I submit.
Okay, let me have the nominated candidate to step forward and state his consent to the nomination. Please note that you state the consent and nothing else, according to the rules.
Your Excellency, the President, my Lord, the Chief Justice, honorable colleagues, I take the singular honor to accept the nomination for the chair of the Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda. I thank you.
Thank you so much. Is there any other nomination? please nominate and continue to make the statement.
Your Excellency, the President, my Lord the Chief Justice, my name is Okot Peter, Member of Parliament for Tochi, County Inomoro District. I rise under Rule 5, subsection 8 of the Parliamentary Rules of Procedure to move that the Honorable Norbert Mao, Member of Parliament for Laro Peche, do take the chair of this Parliament as the Speaker. My Lord the Chief Justice and honorable members, let me give a brief background and qualification of the Honorable Norbert Mao. Norbert Mao was born in 1967 to a mother from Isinjiro and a father from Gulu. He spent most of his formative years in Jinja and had most of his secondary education in the central region. That is why he is commonly referred to as Uganda made simple. My Lord, Norbert Mao had a humble childhood in Lacho and Bobo, where he benefited from the kindness of many. Some of them were total strangers. As a little boy, he herded goats, helped on the farm, and worked as a cobbler, bicycle repairer, and as an apprentice to a tinsmith. His primary school then had no P7 class, but on account of his natural brilliance, he went on to do his primary leaving examination at Magwa Primary School, from where he moved on to Wairaka College for 2 years and then went to Namiliango College, where he sat for both his O and A-level examination before joining Makerere University. His exceptional communication and interpersonal skills, leadership skills, were recognized early by his peers. While in primary school and even at secondary level, he participated in many debates and seminars where he excelled on account of the courage, clarity, and conviction with which he presented his case. At Makerere University, he was elected president of the Student Guild at a time when coming from northern Uganda carried a big stigma. He overcame that stigma and rallied students to champion a campaign against the World Bank-inspired policies, referred to as structural adjustment program. But in reality, it required government in underdeveloped countries to drastically reduce spending on health, education, and livelihoods. The bywords of those policies was cost sharing. The fierce disagreement with the government led to a strike in which 2 students lost their lives and many were seriously injured when the police was deployed on campus on the 10th December 1990. One of those who was seriously injured was our own late Speaker Jacob Olanya. May his soul rest in peace. The Honorable Mao is ever a bridge builder and peacemaker. Norbert Mao, at just 23 years old at that time, reached out to State House and secured an appointment to meet President Museveni, who received a student delegation led by Mao to discuss how to balance other national priorities with the need to ensure access to higher education for students from poor families, the so-called needy student. That conversation laid the foundation for continued government sponsorship of students in universities alongside private sponsorship. Finally, my Lord the Chief Justice, Honorable Norbert Mao has education, experience, skills, and connection locally and internationally to unite this House to deal with crises of confidence facing the members, leaders, and the institutions of Parliament. Norbert Mao is a senior advocate of 32 years standing. He has an undergraduate law degree from Makerere University and a postgraduate diploma in legal practice from the Law Development Center. He has an associate Bachelor of Arts degree and a Master's of Arts degree in Development Studies from Uganda Matters University. He has a Master's of Dispute Resolution and a certificate in International Commercial Arbitration from Pepperdine University, USA. In addition, he was a 2003 World Fellow at Yale University, USA. My Lord, the Chief Justice, Norbert Mao is the President General of the Democratic Party and until recently, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs in the government of Uganda. Having been appointed following a cooperation agreement between the National Resistance Movement and the Democratic Party, Norbert Mao believes in managing our differences through concessional democracy, where we use points of agreement as footholds to find consensus in areas of disagreement. The candidates I present to you will guarantee the privilege, immunities, and independence of the members of Parliament. There is no better prerequisite for guaranteeing the freedom of debate that representation and oversight demands.
You should be winding up.
Most of light. Than having a presiding officer who does not have an overbearing or coercive influence on members and is himself not under the overbearing or coercive influence of anybody. Norbert Mao is a patriot and was a firebrand legislator in the 6th and 7th Parliament. Now returned to Parliament after voluntarily leaving it 20 years ago. He left Parliament and went to serve with the district as the district chair of Gulu District Local Government. That is why he is commonly referred to as Mr. Chairman. He worked alongside others to support the peace process that silenced the guns in the north, in northern Uganda, and laid the foundation for post-conflict reconstruction. God has preserved him through many life-threatening situations in order to serve the country he loves for such a time as this. As Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, he has been a champion of alternative dispute resolution, the protection of the intellectual property of the creative and promoter of access to justice in collaboration with the judiciary. As the political head of the Ministry of Justice, he supported the completion of the new building housing many of the justice, law and order institutions, saving governments over 30 billion shillings annually in rent. Surely he will quickly ensure the completion of the new parliamentary chambers so that we don't have to come to Kololo every time we have a grand sitting of Parliament. My Lord, Chief Justice, and honorable members, in conclusion, Honorable Mao, as the current chairman of the Summit of the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue, IPOD, understand what is at stake over the next 5 years and beyond. But at a deeper level, honorable members, Norbert Mao as a candidate for Speaker is not the issue. The issue is what is at stake as we elect the Speaker. And what is at stake is bigger than any candidate. The NRM has lived with Norbert Mao as Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs for 4 years. Surely, colleagues, NRM can live with Norbert Mao for 5 years as the Speaker. So let us rise above partisan alliance and embrace the gift of Norbert Mao to the NRM and Uganda. Don't ask why Mao, but ask why not Mao. My Lord Chief Justice and Honorable Member, I beg to move. Thank you very much.
Let me have the seconder. Please, you have 2 minutes. Don't use more than that.
Much obliged. My Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice and the Honorable Members, as per the Rule 5, Clause 9 of the Parliamentary Rules of Procedure, I, Patrick Okello Onguri, the Member of Parliament representing Aswa County in this 12th Parliament, rise on a motion to second the Honorable Norbert Mao to take the chair of this Parliament as the Speaker. I beg to move.
Thank you. The candidate, step forward to state your consent. Please note that as per the rules, you only state your consent to the nomination and nothing else.
Much obliged, my Lord. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, my Lord, the Chief Justice, the Honorable Members of Parliament, in as few words as it takes, I, Norbert Mao, Member of Parliament for Laro Peche, hereby consent to my nomination to take the chair as the Speaker. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
Any other nomination?
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice.
Me? I was raised to share. Mama would call the neighbors Jango Tulie, even when the saucepan had just enough for us. She'd say, food tastes better when the table is full. My father, that one had a big heart. He'd lend out his pickup to everyone. Weddings, burials, you name it. He used to say, if it helps one person move, then it has done its job. We learnt earlier on, happiness doubles when you share it. So now, when I share my data, my laughter, my love, I'm just continuing what I was taught. Because me, I was raised to share. Dial star 100 star 2 star 6 hash to share your data bundle with up to 4 friends on Tugabane. Airtel is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Sub-rule 10, and to allow the nominated members to present their credentials such that we are able to assess whether they meet the requisite governance qualities that can restore public trust in the institution of Parliament and to protect the gains so far achieved. My Lord, it is of imperative necessity that you allow this proposal and you suspend Rule 5, Sub-Rule 3, and Sub-Rule 10, and grant the nominated candidates 15 minutes to address the House such that we are able to make informed decision. My Lord, the right to be heard before a decision is made is constitutional. Even in the Bible, when Adam and Eve sinned in the Garden of Eden, God first called them to defend themselves before he passed judgment onto them. So today, we are going to make decision to elect Speaker of Parliament. It would be good for us to hear from them and we make an informed decision. Your Lordship, my name is Uchenn Geoffrey, Member of Parliament representing Kyoga North constituency in Amalata district. I beg to submit.
Let me first of all begin by overruling you. Sub-Rule 3 you talk about actually prohibits campaigning by the members nominated. Secondly, Rule 10 only talks about consent. So can we then proceed? In view of the fact that more than one members have been nominated, I now announce the ballot will now be taken.
My Lord, I mentioned Rule 5, Sub-Rule 3, and Rule 5, Sub-Rule 10.
I've already made the ruling. I will not go back to it. No more procedure. Can we please close the nominations and proceed to take the ballot? So, given that there is no any other candidate, I have 370 members present who are eligible to participate in the election. And in view of the fact that there is no more candidate, I close the nomination and I proceed to announce a ballot be taken in accordance with Rule 5, Sub-Rule 13. This election will be conducted beyond reproach. Therefore, for the sake of clarity and transparency, I wish to point out the following. Number one, everything will be done in the open, strictly in accordance with the rules. Two, the clerk will ascertain the number of honorable members present, and he has already done so. He tells me we have 370 members present. Each nominated candidate for the position of Speaker will designate an agent to come forward and witness the process of opening the ballot box to verify that the ballot box is empty. Ballot papers equivalent to the members present will be counted in the presence of the agent and put aside. When you, as the honorable member, arrives, you will be given one ballot paper in the presence of the designated agent. You will then go to the designated place to vote for your candidate. Suffice to mention is that the ballot papers are blank because the nominations are conducted from here. However, I'm confident that each one of you knows how to read and write. You will write the name of the honorable member you are voting for Speaker in the blank space provided on the ballot paper. Therefore, thereafter followed the marked ballot paper and inserted into the ballot box in full view of everyone. Voting will be by secret ballot and there is no voting by proxy. So can I have the agents forward? I'm not allowing procedure. Can I have the agents forward? I'm not allowing procedure. Can we have the agents forward? I'm not allowing procedure. Can we have the agents forward? Agents of the candidates. That is the ballot box. As you can see, it is empty, as confirmed by the candidates. Let me call upon the clerk to Parliament to start calling the names for voting. No, we are going to use the register of all sworn-in members to call the names. But as at the time when I was talking, the number I had received was 370. So that should not be a problem. Yeah. So we shall use the register of members.
Ayo Joyce Makomoy.
I suggest that save time, you read them in tens so that they line up, so that we don't spend time moving.
Ababiku Jessica, Abeja Susan Jolie, Abe Lilian, Abigaba Cuthbert Mirembe, Akamfua Topista, Achan Joyce Okeny, Acheng Jen Ruth Ochero, Achayo Juliet Lodu, Acheng Sandra. Achia Lokiru Gabriel, Achia Remigio, Achola Catherine, Achom Alobo Joan, Achom Esther, Achon Julius Boa, Achora Nancy Odonga, Adeke Ann Ebaju, Adidwa Audu. Adome Francis Lorica, Ayeku Patrick, Agaba Gilbert, Agaba Peter, Aguti Sarah, Ahewa Wilba Manyisa, Aine Godfrey Kaguta, Agilo Maria Goret Elogu, Agilo Maria Goreti Elogu, Akelo Beatrice Akori, Akelo Lucy, Akelo Rose Lily, Achifeza Grace Ngavirano, Akol Anthony, Akorkin Francis, Akoth Angela Zonkire, Akuguziwe Ronald, Akuguziwe Lawrence, Akumu Catherine Mavenjina, Alenyo Marshall
Godfrey, Alenyo Marshall Godfrey, Alero Tom Azza, Alero Tom Azza, Alero Tom Azza. Ali Moses, Ali Moses, alinaitwe Silvia Tumuheirwe, alinaitwe Silvia Tumuheirwe, Alion Yok Odiria, Alion Yok Odiria, Alum Santa Sandra Ogwang, Alum Santa Sandra Ogwang, Alupo Jessica Rose Epel, Alupo Jessica Rose Epel, Aliera Dennis Omodi, Aliera Dennis Omodi, Amanio Draville Sheila, Amanio Draville Sheila, Amanya Cohen Champene, Amanya Cohen Champene, Amede Agnes, among Anita Annette, among in Jane Francis Okili, among in Jane Francis Okili, yes. Angura Frederick, Angura Frederick, Angwech Colin, Angwech Colin, Anifa Vangirana, Anifa Vangirana, Anyakun Esther Davinia, Anyakun Esther Davinia, Anyang Janet Hope, Anyang Janet Hope, Anywa Eric Richard, Anywa Eric Richard, Algon Silas, Algon Silas, Awo Betty Ochan, Awo Betty Ochan, Apolot Christine, Apolot Christine. Ariko Herbert Edmund Okworo, Ariko Herbert Edmund Okworo, Arinaitwe Rwakajara Katambuka. Arinaitwe Geneva. Arinaitwe Geneva. Asera Stephen. Asera Stephen. Asimwe Amos. Asimwe Enos. Asimwe Florence Akiki. Asimwe
500K, 650K.
2 shops, 2 prices. On Gigi, all prices in one place.
Why stress offline? Buy, sell, use. Gigi.
Atugonza Alan. Atugonza Alan. Atuhoirire Arthur Kazora. Atuhoirire Arthur Kazora. Atukunda Rebecca Mubangizi. Atukunda Rebecca Mubangizi. Atuto Jacinta. Atuto Jacinta. Atwijukire Boaz. Atwijukire Boaz. Atwijukire Dan Kimosho. Atwijukire Dan Kimosho. Atiang Stella. Atiang Stella. Auma Janet. Auma Janet. Auma Kenny. Auma Kenny. Auma Linda Agnes. Auma Linda Agnes. Avako Melissa Naima Gure. Avako Melissa Naima Gure. Avur Janet Pachuto. Avur Jane Pachuto. Awor Betty Engola. Awor Betty Engola. Ayagarachi Jamal. Ayagarachi Jamal. Ayepa Maiko. Ayepa Maiko. Ayo Janeth Phoebe Obol. Ayo Janeth Phoebe Obol. Ayume Charles. Ayume Charles. Batum Ben Koryang. Batum Ben Koryang. Vavanga Wilfred Erima. Vavanga Wilfred Erima. Vabirie Kitio Sara. Vabirie Kitio Sara. Vabirie Mili Vabaranda. Babirie Mili Babaranda, Babura Noel Kateike Matlida, Babura Noel Kateike Matlida, Vajire Agure Henry, Vajire Agure Henry, Vagore Ngobi John, Vagore Ngobi John. Vaguma Speleza Muhenda, Vaguma Spelanza Muhenda, Vahireira Silvia Tumwekwase, Vahireira Silvia Tumwekwase, Vakashava Christopher, Vakashava Christopher, Vachireke Namboze Betty, Vachireke Namboze Betty, Banya Emmanuel Natal, Banya Emmanuel Natal, Variayanga Andrew Aja, Variayanga Andrew Aja, Variomunsi Chris, Variomunsi Chris, Vasaja Suvi Sereko Charles Kauma, Vasaja Suvi Sereko Charles Kauma, Vaseke Fred, Vaseke Fred. Vasaja Idi, Vasaja Idi, Vatua Timothy Lusara, Vatua Timothy Lusara, Vazanya Matayo, Vazanya Matayo, Vevona Josephine Vavunji, Vevona Josephine Vavunji, Vejira Samuel, Vejira Samuel, Vegumisa Protazio, Vegumisa Protazio, Vaira Emmanuel Wepuru, Vaira Emmanuel Wepuru, Vijirwa Nora Nyendoha, Vijirwa Nora Nyendoha, Vinji Patrick Nyanzi, Vinji Patrick Nyanzi, Virunji Anet, Virunji Anet. Virunji Caroline Nanyondo, Virunji Caroline Nanyondo, Visaso Abdu, Visaso Abdu, Bright Tom Amoti, Bright Tom Amoti, Bukenya Michael Iga, Vyamukama Fred, Byamukama Rogers, Byanyima Nathan, Byevisho Sam, Byuma Oswald Dez, Cadet Benjamin.
Chala Elma Capel, Chanda Bernadette Kodili, Chemonges William, Chemutai Phyllis, Cheotich Rufina, Dramviku Eric Sabiti, Drito Martin Andy, Driwaru Jennifer, Echodu David Calvin, Edakas Alfred Elalu Olale, Ediao Samuel, Edopu Peter Edeku, Ekoro Alex Irukan, Elem Leo, Emajud Peter Paul, Engola Sam, Aaron Tony, Etilu Margaret, Eunice Otuko Apio, Ezama Siraj Brahan. Kind of piled up. Fungaru Caps Hassan, Gasheja Shaka Stephen, Goire Moses, Gonyi David Robert, Guma David Gumisiriza, Habiara Fortunate, Ibaseret Josephine Kibbs. Ibrahim Aisu, Ikiriza Knight, Ilukol Emmanuel, Isamat Abraham, Isingoma Patrick Mwesigwa, Ismail Muhammad Lomwa, Itungu Sarah Masereka, Jalameso Fred, Joyo Harriet, Kabasa Valaba Bruce. Kabanda David, Kabanda Minsa Nabengo, Kabarokole Sarah, Kabasharira Naomi, Kabuye Chofa, Kadaga Rebecca Alitwala, Kafuzi Jackson Karugaba, Kaheru Vincent Freedom, Kahima Moses Mugabe, Kajrenj Twinomjha Wilson. Kaka Lubega Ismail Uthman, Kakoza James, Kakoza Joseph, Kalenzi Victor, Kalisa Jovrin Chomkama, Kambale Ferigo, Kampanya Abdul Swaib, Kamuntu Ephraim, Kanabi Jimmy, Kangwaje Stephen Rakanuma, Kankunda Amos Chibuika, Kansime Anna, Kanushu Laura, Kanyesje Masi, Kapiagon Brian, Karisa John Bosco Loy, Karisa John Bosco Koi, Karim Musa, Karubanga Jacob Atenyi, Karuhanga Gerald Kafureka, Karuhanga Gerald Kafureka, Kaseija Matia. Kasaja George Patrick, Kasigwa Gerald Vihemeiso, Kasidianganda Ali, Kasukali Methusela, Kasule Ismail, Kateshumbwa Dixons, Katoko Sylvia Damba, Katushabe Doreen Birunji, Katushabe Ruth, Katusime Adrien. Katsime Annette Mujisha, Katsime Jovia, Kavuma Samuel, Kawalia Abubeka, Kayogera Yona, Kenan Opio, Kenza Agnes Shuma, Kalai Peace, Chibaju Charity Kamhanda, Chichoncho Katabazi Patrick. You can tell me when you're ready. I finish this page. Kiria Grace Padi Wanzala, Kiza Andrew Namitego Kaluya, Kiza Kenneth Nyendwoha, Chikabi Edward, Chinalwa James, Chinobere Habat Tom, Chinshaba Patience Nkunda, Chiruluta Yusuf Junior Nkeretani, Chirumira Hassan,